First grade, how you doing here? It's Mr. Hunter. I'm here with your lesson for today. Today we're going to be working out of pages 219, 220. I have in the corner what we're going to be working on: identifying numbers by counting by fives, equal measures if things are equal, how many hours are in a day, this or that. Pretty much we're going to be doing some more addition problems, two digit. I'm going to slow down because Mr. Hunter is excited to hear you guys or see you guys today. So I'm going to slow down, take a deep breath. Everybody do it with me. Everybody do it one more time. Pray for your teacher. All right, we're going to be doing two-digit addition problems, and then we're going to jump into some four-number addition problems. So we may have a number line that goes vertical, up and down, or something that goes lateral, but it's going to have four numbers instead of two. So we can do this. It's going to take some time, take some steps, but let's get right into it. Before we start, I have a couple of things for you. We're going to warm up because with math, it's really, really, really hard sometimes. You have to use your mind. You have to be really focused. So we're going to stand up wherever you are. Stand up. All right. You can still hear me. You don't need to see me to do this, but you're going to stand up. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands and put them at your side. All right. Eliana, Dylan, Jeremiah, Sam, you have your hands at your side. All right. How many minutes are in 1 hour? There are 60 minutes. And we are going to be working a little bit with the clock today, but we're going to start counting by fives. And we're going to count to 60. Reason why we're counting to 60, because that's how many minutes are in a clock or in an hour. And every time you count by five, you're going to turn a little bit, just like it is on the clock. 5, 10, 15, 20. And each time you say a number, you're going to go all the way around until you get to 60. Now, you don't spin all the way around when you're at 40, because if you go past the 60 or you go past the 12 on the clock, that means you've already went too far. So when you see the 1 on the clock, if you need to look at a clock right now for reference, look at it right now. If you see the 1 is just a little bit to the right. And then you're going to go to the 2, a little bit more to the right. By the time you get 60, you should be back in the same spot that you're standing right now. All right, so let's start. 5, you move to the right, just a little bit. 10, move to the right. Then keep going. 15, a little bit to the right. 20, a little bit to the right. 25, what's at the 25? 30, what's at the 30? 35, okay, I hear you, Dylan. 40, that's right, Jeremiah, I hear you. Sam? 45, I hear you, Sam, I hear you, don't yell. 50, okay, I hear you. 55, and 60. Now, I need you to be honest with me. We counted all the way to 60. Raise your hand if you're standing in the same position that you were when you started counting. If you are, that means you did the exercise correctly. All right? Counting by five is like you're counting on a clock. You're just moving slowly. All right? Just like if we had a clock on the board here. Okay? It goes 5, like you were counting at the 1. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and last but not least is 60. So you should have been right here when you counted 5, then 10, 15, 20. You see how it is? That's how you should have been moving for the clock. I didn't write that on the board. I wanted to see if you knew it ahead of time. All right, don't sit down, don't sit down. One more exercise, one more exercise. Everybody shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, you ready? You ready for the next one? Now, we know the difference between right and left. But I want you to see if you really are paying attention to what I say. So stand with your hands at your sides again. All right. I'm going to say 2 words, not at the same time. I'm going to say left or right. When I say left, you're going to take 1 step to your left. When I say right, you're going to take 1 step to your right. Whatever I say, that's what you have to do. If I say right, right, you're going to take 2 steps. And we're going to see where you are at the end of this game. All right, everybody ready? Make sure you pay attention. Listen to what I say. Left. Left. Right, right, right. Left. Right. Right. Left, left. Now, everybody stop. Who's in the same position that you started in? I don't think anybody is. Okay, and I forgot to tell you guys, if you're going to try this game, make sure you have some space where you are, because I don't want you to walk into the wall or walk into your mom or walk into something and then you tell Mr. Hunter, I hurt my hand and I can't do my work. Okay, so make sure, let's do it again. Let's see if you're in the right position. Make sure you got some space. Do like this. If you don't touch anything on the sides, then you've got enough room. All right, so here we go. Let's try it. Right, left, right, 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 left, 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 right, left, right, right, left, right, right. And you're done. All right, all right, all right. Good job. Hopefully that was fun for you. You guys had a good time. Something you can practice each time. It's really just trying to make sure that you understand the difference between your right and left. I'm not going to hold my hands up like that because it's going to look different to you on the screen. But for me, I just want to make sure you guys know your right and your left. So that's a fun game you can do. Now we're going to dive right in. Looking at problem number 1 on page 219. It says in the first problem, how many minutes after the hour is it when the minute hand is at each number? You got to count by fives. Did we just count by fives? Did Mr. Hunter know that was going to be practice for our work and our lesson? Is Mr. Hunter smart? Everybody nod yes. Okay, so looking at the number 1, it says 1 equals what? 5 minutes. It's already written for us. Okay, what does the 2 equal? The 2 equals 10 minutes. This is what it is on a clock. When you're looking at a clock, the 1 equals 5, and that's only for the big hand. Remember, the big hand tells you the minutes. Okay, now it's going to get to where we have to start working. The 3. What does the 3 equal? Look back at the 2. What does the 2 equal? The 2 equals 10. So we have 5. And if you want, you can take your pencil and take a paper and you can make your own clock, or you can just work on a worksheet. But this is something that'll help you. The 5 equals 10. And if we're counting by fives, what's after 10? 15. So the 3 equals what? 15. So what do we write in the box? 15. Now we got to go to the 4. What does the 4 equal? If we're doing the problem right and we're counting by 5, so 4 would equal what? 20. Okay, we all know that. So 20. And then you have to write 20 where? You have to write it in your box. Now we know. So I think we're getting it. We're getting it. What does the 5 equal? 5 equals 25. The 25 goes in the next box. And then the 6 equals what? 30. Okay, so now we're at 30. So we're halfway there because there's 60 minutes total and we're already at 30 at the 6. So what do we got to do? We got to keep going. All right, so let's look at the 7. The 7 is what? 7 is going to be 35. And then we're looking at the 8. The 8 is 40. All right, you guys are doing well. You guys are doing well. And then we're at the 9. What does the 9 equal? The 9 equals 45. 45. Okay, so really good stuff. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. So we need to put 30 next to the 6. We need to put 35 next to the 7 on the second column. We need to put 40 next to the 8. And then 9 equals 45. What does the 10 equal? Did somebody say 50? If you said 50, you're doing a really good job. You're really smart. I like what's going on here. We're getting it. We're getting it. Now, what does the 11 equal? The 11 equals 55. Ooh, so where do you write 55? At the 11. And then last but not least, the 12 equals what? 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Now, that's really good. But I have a question for you guys. Was that the one question that they asked us, or did they ask us 2 questions? They said to count by fives, and what is the how many minutes after the hour is? So look down at this example there. It says 6:50. The 10 equals 50 minutes after the hour. So that's how you know it's 6:50. You don't write 6:10, right? You don't write 6:10. That would not be correct because the big hand is on the 10, but the 10 means that it's 50 minutes. You understand? If you have a number with the big hand, that's telling you the minutes. The little hand tells you the hour. I hope that makes sense. All right. Looking at number 2, it simply says mark the bubble underneath the correct answer. And this is what we call comparing measurements. So when we're looking at an hour, we just did this. What does an hour equal? Does it equal 24 or does it equal 60? It equals 60. So which one should we bubble in? The 60. Now let's go to the next problem. 1 day equals what? 60 hours or 24 hours? Are there 60 hours in a day? Are there 24 hours in a day? That's a serious question. 60 hours, is that a long time? You know what? 60 hours is it's almost 3 days. It's actually 2.5 days. So that's a lot bigger. So we're actually going to bubble in 24. Now, number 3, you guys know this. If I say Eliana, Jeremiah, Sam, Dylan, I need you to write the sums. What am I asking you to do? Am I asking you to do something with this mark, or am I asking you to do something with this mark? You're right. This is the plus sign. The sums means that you are adding, okay? Sums means add. And this is the plus sign. The plus sign is when you're adding. So you're going to add all of these numbers together. They have 4 numbers, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. But guess what? You can even break it down. If you want the 13, like in the first problem, 13 plus 42, you can have 3 plus 2. What is that? That's 5. And then you're going to do what? 1 plus 4? 5. Ooh, 55. What is 55 on the clock? 11. All right, you see that? So 55 is your first answer. The rest of them, I think you can do those by yourself. Okay, let's look a little bit at the bottom underneath of it. We had those 4 numbers at the top. But wait a minute, those were going vertical. Now these problems are going what? They're going lateral. They're going sideways. They have 4 numbers. We got to just break it down one by one. So when you have this, you can have 4 plus 2. What's 4 plus 2? You have 4 plus 2, 4, and you have 5, 6. So that's going to be 6. And then you have 6 plus 0. What's 6 plus 0? It's 6. But then now you have 6 plus 3. And what does that give you? 9. So all you have to do, you have to break it down piece by piece. It's really simple. If it confuses you when it's sideways, it's okay. Take the numbers and just write them the way that you need to. 4 plus 2 plus 0. And then I forgot 1, sorry, plus 3 at the end. All right, and you can break it down however you need to. It'll work for you. All right, and then at the bottom, you see what it says there? It says, I know my sums. And I think that's you. All of you know your sums. That's really good. And we're going to keep working here. Now we're doing something with differences. If this sign was for the sums, this sign must be for the differences, or when we take away, when we subtract. So what you're doing on page 220, you're going to be doing the differences with money. It says in the directions there to subtract the ones column first, then subtract the tens column. All right. We do this all the time. We work right to left. Why? Because sometimes you may have to borrow or take away. And if you start in the wrong place, you'll get the entire problem wrong. So when you're looking at the ones place, right there, it says 43 minus 20. The 1 has a 3 and a 0. So 3 minus 0 is what, Eliana? It's 3. So where does the 3 go? It goes underneath the bottom. And then you see that cent sign there. That means we're dealing with money. At the top of the page, on the other side, for the tens place, Jeremiah, we have a 4 and we have a 2. We're taking away 2 from 4. So what is the answer? 4 minus 2. It's going to be 2. So now the answer, we have 23. Is that the correct answer? 23 is the correct number, but since you see that cent sign, you have to say 23 what? 23 cents. 23 cents. When you're dealing with money, you always have to say the money number there. You have to say the cent sign, you have to say the dollar sign. So $23, 23 cents. We all understand? Great. And then for Sam and Dylan, you have the next problem. You have 50 cents minus 30 cents. So you have 0 minus 0. What's that, Dylan? 0. You're right. 0 minus 0, there's nothing to put there. So all you do is put a 0 at the bottom, and then you have 5 minus 3, Sam. 5 take away 3 is going to leave you with 2. And so you're going to put a 2 there. And how many cents do we have? 20 cents. You guys are right. All right, so I think you guys know how to do the last 3. It's breaking it down between the tens place and the ones place. You see 2 columns, tens place and ones place. All you're doing is doing it problem by problem, very simple. I think you guys got it. The next one, number 2 on page 220, it says draw a jellyfish to show the answer. I think we have some artists in first grade. You guys are very good and very creative with coloring. So the problem says 8 minus 3. You have to come up with the answer. And then after that, that's not complete. You have to draw how many jellyfish the answer says. So when you find that out, you'll draw it, and I want to see some great jellyfish there. Number 3, it just says simply draw a circle to the left of the square. So that's the left of the square. That's why we were practicing our left and our right. So if you know which direction your left is, you're going to draw a circle there, and that's all you have to do. If you want to color it, you can. Looking at number 5. Number 4 says continuing the number line. Continue the number line by counting by twos. Wait a minute. Have we counted by twos before? Are you guys pretty good with counting by twos? I think you are. So when you're counting by twos, the only thing you have to do after that is write the numbers in the boxes. So it starts us off with 2, 4, 6, and then, oh, you guys thought I was going to tell you. No, because you know what to do. So you're just going to count by twos. Don't forget to draw the line as well. The same line that you see that's on the page, right? It goes like this. It's like an M, and it keeps going. You need to draw that as well, because if you only do one half, you're going to get the problem marked wrong. You need to do both parts. And then on number 5, it says continue the number line, just like we did, by counting by 5s. So this time, we're not counting by twos. We're counting by how many? 5s. I just marked it in my hand. Counting by 5s, okay? So the same thing, you're counting by 5s, and you have to draw the number line to the correct number. So 5, and then you draw it to that right space, all right? I think you guys are going to do just fine. I have some worksheets for you as well, some practice work we're going to be doing later this week. But I just wanted to start you off this week. We're doing the number lines, identifying sums, minuses, the measurements, and really, really, really taking our time to identify the concepts that we're working on in terms of money, adding the cent sign, and staying focused. You guys are doing great. I love you. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. We'll see you tomorrow.